Hello and welcome back to Traversing the Cosmos. It's been a jam-packed week with a flood of new episodes. If you haven't heard the Taurus season overview or the Gene Keys episode, make sure to go check them out. This episode, we are back to our regularly scheduled program. Today, we are going to go over the energies we'll be working with over the first weekend of Taurus season, April 19th through the 21st. We will keep it short and sweet, and then I will be back on Sunday to talk about the Scorpio full moon. Let's get into it. On Friday, April 19th, the sun will enter Taurus and shift from the energy of initiating to the energy of laying the groundwork. Taurus season has an underlying need for stability and comfort and will guide us to creating a solid foundation in the projects that mean the most to us. The sun in Taurus wants to keep the things he's fond of and finds way to cement them into his life. He loves food, comfort, quality things, and enjoyment and will diligently work towards obtaining these things. This is a time to take a look at your bank account, spending patterns, habitual tendencies, to cultivate your talents, tend to the home, and to practice self-love and affirmations. We are starting off this Taurus season with a bang. The first 2 days are a series of back-to-back interactions that build upon one another. The first transit will take place less than 2 hours after the sun shifts signs. Mars in Pisces is going to sextile Jupiter in Taurus on the morning of April 19th. And later that night, Mars will then sextile Uranus in Taurus. Both interactions are taking place at 21 degrees of Taurus and Pisces, activating our personal charts wherever we have Earth and water residing. Take a look at your chart and look to see if you have any planets from 19 to 23 degrees of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. These energies will feel the impact more significantly in their tangible world. For instance, my natal Neptune and Uranus are in Capricorn in my 11th house. Mars is sextiling while the planets in Taurus are trining my natal planets, heightening the impact this interaction will have. And since Mars is in my first house of self, Jupiter and Uranus are in my third house of daily activities and communication, and my natal planets are in the 11th house of social engagement, this transit will bring in all three areas of life. This is how you can start to track transits and how they will show up for you personally. You take the meaning of the houses, combined with the life force of the planets involved, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune, and make sense of it that way. Collectively, Mars in Pisces is going through a power recharge. It is being boosted by its interaction with Jupiter and finding a sweet spot of receptivity and growth. Then being shot out of the Uranus cannon and taking on something completely unexpected. Sextiles open doors, and this sextile in particular is about allowing the door to open. It's about receptivity, grace, faith in the process, and trusting the opportunities that make their way into your life. These masculine planets are working in feminine signs, and so the drive that they carry has softened a bit. I'm seeing the Empress card in tarot. She's a creator and a manifester, but she does so by allowing her needs to be met and inspiration to grow from her fullness. Mars in Pisces is receiving and expanding her awareness with Jupiter and being steered in an unforeseen direction by Uranus. There's a potential for divine inspiration, and it's coming through in the form of gifts from the universe. This could mean new ideas on how to make money, the opportunity for a makeover, making music or poetry that garners attention, upgrades in your living situation, performance ventures, a raise at work, taking your relationship to the next level of commitment, receiving a loan, a relaxing vacation, a party at work or otherwise, and even coming to a deeper understanding of your inner monologue. So, in the spirit of Mars in Pisces, go with the flow. Be easy on yourself and forgiving of others, and be open and flexible to what wants to come in. These conjunctions are a part of the buildup and preparation for the next day. On April 20th, 2024, Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus are making a conjunction at the very same degree point. And you will definitely be able to feel this energy before they officially come together. This conjunction is very rare and is starting off a 14-year cycle for each of us. Jupiter, the planet of wisdom, expansion, spirituality, luck, optimism, and growth, is meeting up with Uranus, the planet of sudden changes, revolution, freedom, and originality. Together, they want to bring us a new sense of freedom in the area of our life ruled by Taurus. They are asking us to break away from our routines that keep us safe, comfortable, and simultaneously boxed in, and to take a leap of faith, a leap into the unknown, knowing that the universe will catch us. I say words like divine timing and trust in the universe like it will be easy, but the truth is that the Taurus that lives in all of us, in our chart somewhere, isn't going to accept change easily. It is rooted in its tried and true methods and doesn't see the benefit in taking unnecessary risks. It may not want to go willingly and thus may also be forcefully ripped from its path. That is where the sextile to Mars in Pisces, which is sitting at 22 degrees, comes in to guide us through this upheaval and push us to work with the current instead of against it. Jupiter and Uranus are here to provide us with new ways to live and support ourselves. Uranus doesn't want us relying on the way things have always been simply because they will not always be. Pluto in Aquarius is doing a number on our societal norms and will be ushering us into a time of great change and social discord. Because of this shift, we have to get creative as we build a more sustainable world. This means new sources of food, clothes, and ways to make a living and places to live in. Uranus is making us more adaptable and resourceful for our future selves, and Jupiter is providing us with the means we need to get there. The last time Jupiter and Uranus came together was back in 2011 in the sign of Pisces. The last time these planets came together in the sign of Taurus was May 7th, 1941. I find it very interesting that the conjunction was squaring Mars in Aquarius, and the nodes at the time were also in Aries and Libra, but reversed. The North Node was in Libra, South Node in Aries, and the world was at war. This was right after the Great Depression, and many countries were struggling to re-examine what comfort, safety, equality, collective freedom, and right to life meant. These themes are not too far off from what the collective is experiencing right now. The difference I see is in the nodal reversal, pushing us to set down our desires for compromise, balance, submission, and harmony, and realize that following your own pathway of growth will allow others to potentially follow in your footsteps and find their own autonomy and security in their lives. So take comfort in knowing that big changes are only here to support you. Though you may fear the earthquake taking place underneath your feet and forcing you from your comfort zone, try to see this as an opportunity to make a quantum leap into the version of yourself you will need to be to thrive in the new world Pluto is beginning to build. This weekend, simply say yes. Whether it's in disguise or plain for you to see, the universe is handing you a gift that will elevate your existence, and it may be something that you never even saw coming. Stay vigilant, receptive, and optimistic. Speaking of optimism, the next day, April 21st, is going to be an interesting one, and it may require us to lean on the strength we have built up throughout this past Aries season. Early Sunday morning, Venus will make a conjunction with Chiron in Aries at 20 degrees. Chiron is exploring uncharted territory in your chart at this new degree point and is working with Venus to strengthen its resolve. Venus feels like the teacher in this interaction, which is a role reversal, as Chiron usually carries the energy of guiding and healing. Chiron is taking a step back and making space for Venus and Aries to lead the way to achieving greater self-fulfillment in your life. This energy can bring up relationship wounds, beauty standards, leadership ideals, and more. It can address our impulsivity and also course correct any tendencies to neglect your own wishes. It feels as though Chiron and Venus are coming together to acknowledge the past and make a pact for the future. On the very same day, a few hours later, we are going to be dealing with an impasse between the Sun and Pluto in the fixed signs. The Sun in Taurus is going to square Pluto in Aquarius at 2 degrees, highlighting the need to follow the energy of the previous conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus. Pluto in Aquarius is a powerhouse energy and is going to force the Sun in Taurus into a very uncomfortable position. It's going to say no to a way of doing, thinking, or being that is outdated and needs to be revamped. Pluto thrives on making changes to societal hierarchies, breaking down systems that do not serve the people properly, and bringing power back to the collective instead of leaving it in the hands of the few. You may find yourself learning a new technological system, having to address a crowd, or needing to be more open-minded about a situation. Aquarius is the water bearer, the philanthropist, and the higher mind. And it is telling the Sun that it cannot simply think about itself anymore. It is saying that ideology is not sustainable and only leads to a lack of social capital. The Sun being focused on its own lifestyle, while definitely a necessary piece of individual success, actually contributes to hamster wheel mentality and collective suffering. And Pluto knows that. It wants us to shift our perspective and grasp the concept of collective unity and power. The phrase, "the people united will never be defeated," comes to mind. Pluto in Aquarius is forcing us to refuse to be solely self-interested and is throwing a wrench in anything that is just that. Today will be a day to look at things from a different angle and vantage point, to find new solutions to old issues, put the interests of the group first, and to activate your inner rebel. This day has the potential to spark a new sense of self-appreciation that can allow you to engage with others from a more powerful position. The only questions I have for you this episode are, how do you plan to move toward the new avenue opening up in your life? How has the universe supported you in this endeavor? What are you being asked to do differently? Thank you for joining me on this journey through the cosmos. I will be back very shortly to talk about the astrology of the Scorpio full moon. If you are looking for a tarot reading for your sign about the upcoming full moon, head on over to the Cosmic Belonging YouTube channel. Each element has a reading and each sign has a mini reading. Enjoy the roller coaster of a weekend as much as you possibly can, and I will see you all soon. Oh, and don't forget, you belong. Until next time, bye. Bye now.